What's up, tribe? Welcome back to another retro review. This is Falcon Crest Season 1, Episode 3. Yeah, Episode 3. So, what we're witnessing now is that there are some issues. Chase is starting to have some real financial issues. The kids are restless. They are born and bred New Yorkers. They are not here for the slow life. Even though San Francisco is right up the road, it's an hour away. And they don't have their own vehicle and all that other stuff. And Victoria's still crying about her dance classes. And I'm like, child, if you don't get in a car and drive to San Francisco and get you a damn dance class. And Maggie is trying to make the best out of the situation. She's trying to stand by her man, but she kind of feeling it a little bit too. And basically all of their money is sunk into this crop. Like if they have a good crop, they're good. Unfortunately, it's a lot that goes into having a good crop. The other thing is they owe taxes on the land. Because what a lot of people don't realize is you can inherit this stuff, but then you still owe taxes on it. You got to pay the taxes. That's a whole nother situation. That's rich people problems. Them not my problems right now. Them rich people problems. But it is a thing. So he owes like $50,000 in back taxes. And what he's trying to do is get a loan against. He's trying to get an advance on the crop. And so he has his broker working on trying to set up with, they actually set up a deal with a guy who was going to pay him in advance on the crop. And it was going to be enough to get the IRS off of his back, give him enough working capital to get to the end of the season. Because season's almost over. They almost there. They can see the light at the end of the tunnel. But of course, y'all know Angela know everything that's going on in that valley. So Angela knows how bad things are for him financially. And Angela knows that all she got to do is tip just a little bit harder and he's going to be gone. Because even though the little situation didn't work out with the friend that was trying to get him to do the charter company, her goal is the same. She just didn't decide to do business with that guy. Her goal is the same. She's trying to get Chance out of there. And I apologize if I keep going between Chance and Chase. I'm reviewing another show where one of the guys' name is Chance. And so I realized that I kept saying Chance in the last episode. His name is Chase. But please, I apologize. It's just very close. So Angela got Lance to take the kids out. She said, we're going to have a dinner party. I'm going to invite, Maggie and Chase to come and have dinner with us. And you take the kids out. Because, take Victoria and Cole out. They don't want to sit here with us. So they end up going out and, they basically get to see that Lance ain't nothing but a spoiled kid who runs the valley. He does whatever he wants in Falcon Crest. He runs the whole valley. And they're basically saying that that's who he is, They see him flirting, ladies flirting with him. And that woman that was flirting with him looked like she owed him to be his mama. But anyway, again, I've already addressed that. I don't know if sometimes these people are older because they're supposed to be older or older because they fucked up the casting. Because like I said, Victoria still look like she got 2 grandkids somewhere. But anyway. So Chance and Maggie, they get to talking about the money situation. And he tells her that things are a little bad right now. He said, but we probably, and he ends up telling her about the deal with the other dude, dummy. Angela actually offers him, she makes him an offer on the crops. And it's a little low. And he tells her that. He said, well, it's a little low. I'm told that I could get XYZ if we wait or if we, work with somebody else. And she said, well, that's what I always offer Jason. Well, come to find out, Jason used to kind of let her get away with it. Either out of guilt or out of just plain, he was we know he had a drinking problem and stuff like that. So Angela is used to being able to basically get what she wants out that land. And in her mind, it's her damn land. And Chase is just an interloper and she just got to get him the hell out of there. Now, what we also find out in this episode is Emma. Remember Emma? Emma is a little special. And what we find out is that Emma remembers the night of Jason's death. Remember, at the end of the day, technically, Angela is covering up the death of Jason. And that can change the will. Remember going back to episode 1, the lawyer said that the only way that the terms of this will can be altered is if there's suspected foul play in the death of one of the heirs. Which they're clearly, even though it was an accident how he died, the fact that Angela covered it up could definitely not be a good thing. And Emma remembers she said Jason died twice. She was like, well, first he died in the winery, and then I saw his car go over the cliff, so he died twice. So she's remembering bits and pieces, but she's not necessarily clear on the whole thing. The other thing we're dealing with is Cole. Remember, Cole wanted to really be an archaeologist, but he don't really want to go to college. He just wants to like show up somewhere and dig. Well, he does have an opportunity to do that. There's a Native American, I think they say Indian, but we don't say Indian. It's a Native American reservation that he has an opportunity to go and dig at. But Chase was like, listen, I need you here. Like, I can't afford to hire help. I really need your labor here. He was like, the harvest will be in a couple of weeks. I think it's like 6 weeks. And he was like, in 6 weeks, you can go ahead and do what you want to do because I don't really need you in the field. Whatever the next step is, I don't need you. And he was like, yeah, but in 6 weeks, I could lose the opportunity. Like, they're only going to be hiring. Once they hire all the people they need, they're not going to be hiring anymore. And so Cole actually ends up going. Now, Cole is grown. Remember, Cole is grown. He's not a little kid. And even though he knows Chase needs him, he was like, I have to live my own dreams. I have to stand up and do my own thing. So he actually ends up leaving Chase and going to the dig. And, they all feel some kind of way about it. And they understand that he has to do that. But on the other hand, it's kind of like, but you kind of leaving me in a really bad, situation. So father and son are sort of clashing, and again, remember, they didn't have a strong relationship. And that's part of the reason why Chase is even doing all of this. Now, back over to Falcon, Crest, child. I take that back. Chase did not tell Angela about the deal with the other guy. Lance actually found out about it and went back and told Angela. Now, Julia, she's actually liking the family. She's liking Maggie and everybody. And she's like, she tells her mother, listen, because her mother finds out about the tax bill. And of course, she's trying to figure out a way to use it against them. And she's like, Mom, why don't you just leave them alone? Like, they have a small piece of land. It ain't that serious. It's no competition for Falcon Crest. Let them just do their thing. Like, it ain't that deep. And of course, her mama tells her, you mind your business and I will mind mine. Okay? Now, Angela does what Angela does best. She ends up blackmailing the guy that was going to do the deal with Chase. She ends up blackmailing him so that he won't do the deal. And of course, Chase is pissed off when it falls through and all of that. The guy tries to stand up to Angela, but what Angela ends up doing is she ends up buying the mortgage to his property and basically tells him, if you don't want me to call in your mortgage, you won't make that deal with Chase. So of course he has no choice and he has to tell Chase that he can't make the deal, but of course he's not going to tell Chase what the problem is. And Chase is pissed off and he was like, we made a gentleman's agreement, like we shook hands on it. What's up? And he was like, listen, I changed my mind. I talked to my bro. And he said he talked to his broker and realized that he doesn't have as much cash as he thought, and of course Chase don't buy it, but he's like, all right, whatever. So then Chase goes to the bank and the bank was like, listen, everything is everything. It looks really good here. We can go ahead and make this loan for you. But then of course, when Chase goes back to sign the paperwork, the branch manager says, listen, I don't even know why he told you we could give you that loan. We can't give you that loan because what has happened? Angela done made another phone call and Angela done got them to rescind the loan. So now so they're really, really stuck now because they don't have enough money to do anything. And Chase says at this point, the only asset we even have left at this point is the house, the brownstone in New York. And at first Maggie was like, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to, we're not going to put the brownstone on the market because that's sort of like the fail safe. Like, it's like if all else fails, we can always go back to New York. We still got the house. We didn't sell it. And it's worth a lot of money. But he sits down with the kids and they have a conversation and they make the decision that they're going to sell the brownstone. They're going to sell the brownstone. And the kids are sort of against it, but they sort of understand what needs to be done. They're reluctant, but it happens nonetheless. The other thing we see is Cole and Lance's rivalry sort of begins on this episode. Now, as you watch Falcon Crest, Cole and Lance have a rivalry that is going to span the entirety of the show. But it sort of starts on this episode. Now, Lance and Cole are out. They're out having drinks, and they're at this bar. And the bar owner, either he's going to cut them off because they've been drinking too much, or he refuses to serve them. I really don't remember what exactly it was. But either way, Lance tries to play the "Do you know who I am" card. And the dude was like, I don't care who you are. I don't care who your mama is. I don't care who your grandmama is. I said, I'm not serving you anymore, and y'all need to leave. So Lance throws a fit, and he's actually driving Cole's truck. And on his way out, he uses Cole's with his Jeep. He uses his Jeep to run over, knock over the awning, like hit the pole so that the whole awning falls down. Cole goes back the next day to apologize because he's like, Lance, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, why would you do that? He goes back the next day to apologize, and when he gets there, Lanston already showed up and paid the guy off and apologized on behalf of Cole because it was Cole's car. The guy doesn't know who was actually driving. He just saw the car speeding off. He doesn't know who was driving. And so, of course, now Cole is like, so you got me looking like a jackass. Like, you did it. You knocked over, you knocked over the awning, but you came back here playing Big Willie and with your checkbook and made it seem like I did something wrong when it wasn't me when it wasn't me. The other thing that we see that went down is Victoria meets the guy that's helping Chase, the family that's helping Chase. Victoria meets his son. And they're going to spark up a friendship. So there's something that's building there. So, this is only episode 3. So we're constantly building these relationships and seeing how these things are going to play themselves out. But that was pretty much episode 3. So luckily for Chase, they sidestep Angela this time. And again, it's one of these soaps where they just going to keep going back and forth. But Chase is just starting to realize just how ruthless Angela is. Okay. So that was episode 3. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in those comments. Peace.